I extend once again my gratitude for you checking in on Rasta's Realities. From midnight sales of products during Black Friday to not enough food for dinner or any situation, the savage does not recognize ethnic backgrounds. It knows no color for those who separate human beings according to skin color, but are the same throughout. It does not process empathy or sympathy other than for itself. Laws? What in the Sam Hill does savagery care about rules that don't apply when hunger, hatred, toxicity, jealousy, sloth, or laziness is present? Are you aware that the very ones who have made rules, laws, and stipulations were the very ones that practiced the most savage behavior and still do to this day? A mind fuck is what it boils down to, along with cowardice from the oppressed. I do not agree with a lot of what Brother Kanye West says or does. But he had a point on slavery being a choice. Because I believe that he meant that there were more of us than it was them. And the numbers symbolize power, as in strength in numbers. Best programmed into the watcher during voting periods. Yes, even you, the listener, know what I am stating is true and cannot deny it. Here's how and why. The pandemic was another practice in conformity, and most significantly failed to stick to the very beings down here in the cheap seats of life with them, combating and competing for scraps from the true savages. Moreover, has anyone else noticed a rise in violence lately? You know, this society has always been violent. It's born and bred on violence. But the recent uptick in it, as a result of viruses and or virus cures, or what they say, do it for them, do it for yourself, and do it for them. What did they really mean by do it for them? Well, we're starting to see what they meant by do it for them. Because so many people are jabbed up. Karenicities has been on an uptick. Short-sighted and void of patience, it rules the day. No more empathy on those who actually deserve it. Everybody's angry and wants to fight and take something from you. And this is mostly as a result of the manufacturing of viruses, and then blaming somebody else, blaming someone else for it, and then blaming you when you don't want to take what they're giving you to combat or so-called combat the virus. Because you'd have to be a distinct savage to manufacture viruses, allow them out for testing, and create false narratives to mind fuck the masses. Let me tell you something. The same human beings that tell you that they are better than you are also afraid of death, poverty, and hunger. Why is it so much wasted energy to keep others dumb and docile if they are so superior and you are less than? One would think that it wouldn't take much to convince them, the masses, that you're nothing and they're something. Interesting. Make it all make sense. Savages. The thing about savages is that they hate competition because that signals more strength than they may have. Note, competition exposes weaknesses and warriors. Now, do you understand why everything is the way that it is? The way human beings fought over paper that smears poo around the poo hole? Note, the early humans did not need butt paper. Further, it is a better way to clean the bum. They're called bidets. That is a toilet or a small sink used to wash the butt after pooing. Let me give a brief shout out to Google's office in Fulton Market here in Chicago. Video coming soon on that and my experience in working at the Google building. I say again, manufactured this and that, created savages. The savages that manufacture and manipulate then sit back and bet on humanity and its breaking point. A game to them. Entertainment. Besides, they got all the money in the world, they have all the this and that of the world. That has to bring some amount of boredom. And so what do? You create false narratives, world events, and then point the finger and watch the ants fight with the crickets. You know, one would think that this is common knowledge. But sadly, so many have Stockholm Syndrome. That's Stockholm Syndrome in many ways. An inability to see past the blind spot of the nose. Meaning, some people cannot see no further than their nose. In addition to another syndrome of let someone else think and do for me. Which is also how we got here in this particular society, etc. History, her story, has various examples of savagery. So no matter the distraction, gaslighting techniques, the facts are the facts and cannot be debated. So far, the small percentage of examples of various amounts of natural and manufactured savagery is factually evident. Are you a savage? Unless you are a savage against the true savages, you are not. And that's the reality.